Hey guys, welcome back again. There's the Red Bandit, but this is not going to be a Red Bandit video. This is going to be a Dirty Rat video. So I'm going to spin you around here real quick. Alright, so I'm going to take some knowledge and some of the same ideas I put into the Red Bandit for the belt system, and I'm going to do it to the Dirty Rat. But before I do that, I gotta get the purple people eater out of the way. I've already got the Dirty Rat pushed out of the building. But anyway, I do have on the Dirty Rat the bottom guide from engine pulley to transaxle pulley, but I don't have anything to support the upper side of the belt. And I think I'm getting a sag between the idler and the transaxle on the Dirty Rat right here, causing it to stay somewhat taut on shifting. But it's not the problem I have. What I really have is, well, we'll get to that in a second. Now we got to get this thing out of the way first. I put fuel shutoffs on everything, it seems like. After a couple of, this one's hard to get to from this side. After filling up a couple of crankcases with gasoline, I like to save a little oil. She cold too. Well, I'll get this around to the building, and then we'll get on the Dirty Rat and bring it back. It is not fully swapped. Machine and Bowser. Couple of extra machine or engines. One in the back there with some tires. Oh, she's already running out of gas. She done. All right. Move Dirty Rat back some more. Sorry for the shake. I'll get back with you when I'm taking the Dirty Rat around. All right, I'm on the Dirty Rat now. Hopefully this thing starts right up, because otherwise I may be hosed to push it all the way around, because the battery was starting to get a little low. Now I got 12 volts. Here's hoping it's got all the amps. Hadn't been started in a while. I did run it dry, so it's going to take a minute to start. So here we go. Oh, look at that. There you go, a video of them together. Dirty Rat's just a little taller. Quite a bit longer. Almost a whole tire width longer. There you have it. Those two together. Now to get them back in the garage. Well, I'd like to say that each one of these tractors that I build, I'd like to take the best of what worked from the previous tractor and move it and put it on the next tractor I build. And sometimes when you build the next tractor and you have an improvement there, maybe you should take it and put it back to one of the previous tractors. I thought this would be a great time to revisit the belt system on the Dirty Rat. I'd actually like to put that 4-inch pulley back on it. Whoops, not the right pulley. Where is it? Oh, it is right there. I was pointing to an idler. This is the original 4-inch that I had on the transaxle. So even though I have the Holy Pulley mod, let me bring you around. I know I don't have very many holes. I'm probably going to need to maybe double up the holes. I don't know. I felt that this part was good. That pulley there, I could probably go a little bigger on the holes because I feel that they may be too small. Well, anyway, what I'm getting at is, and if you've seen the video from when I went to Stroud, off-road park there, I was going through some pretty deep mud puddles. Matter of fact, my feet were getting wet and the water line was probably right about here. And these are, I believe, 17s. No, they're 20-inch tires. So I'm guessing the water was probably a good 15 inches deep, because it was almost up to the top of the rim on the back. Anyway, I was getting some pretty good belt slip, even with the Holy Pulley mod. So the belt was tight. not sure what was going on, but like I said, I'm gonna put bigger holes on that other pulley. I've got a 5-inch on here. I don't know if I like it or not. I may put the 4 back in and move this adjustable idler. It's behind this bolt. I might make it stationary, move it more up here, so I have more, when the clutch is engaged, more belt throw. But like I said, I really don't have a shifting issue. I have more of a slipping issue, so it could be because of that 4-inch. I don't know. I could maybe leave this 5-inch in, but I think I do need to go ahead and inside here. Let me just flip around and show you underneath. Ooh, little oil drip from the Red Bandit. I know where it's coming from. It's coming from the oil drain cap. All right, so there's the rear pulley, and I do have a guide on the bottom that runs all the way to the engine plate. That works great. What I'm thinking is from, let's see if I can point from right here up to this idler that's too dark. Trust me, it's right there. I'm thinking maybe I should run another guide through there to help support the belt there as well. But I've made that pulley into a Holy pulley as well, but a lot more holes. I may still go larger, I don't know. But basically, I've got a couple weeks off almost, not quite 2 full weeks from work at Christmas time. And hopefully the daughter and I can get out and ride again. So there you have it. I'm gonna get started working on that. Okay guys, I've been thinking about this all day long, and like I mentioned earlier, I don't really have a shifting issue. It's more of a belt slip issue. And like I said, I may have been too conservative with my holes on my Holy pulley mods. Only got a small hole, so I think I better open those up a little bit, and I think that will resolve my issue. So I gotta pull the engine pulley off, and I'm gonna re-drill those up a little higher. I haven't checked to see what size of hole I actually started with, but we'll go up bigger. And on the back, I really hate to drop that transaxle again, because it's so darn heavy. I think I might be able to do it in place by just removing this wheel and then filing the burr before it rotates back around where there's no belt attached. So I'll give that a go, and if that doesn't work, I guess I got to drop the transaxle so I can get that pulley off the back. So here we go. Well, that was a lot harder to get off than it usually is. I've got some surface rusting on the tip of the crankshaft, so I sanded it a little bit. It helped it get it off, but I'm gonna probably have to polish it back up again before I put the pulley back on. So let's now see how big of holes I have on the engine pulley, which I don't think was the issue. I think it was more the transaxle with that 4-inch. So I have decided to go ahead and keep the 5-inch, but looking down there, I'm gonna have to make those holes a bit larger. These appear to be big enough, but I think I'm gonna go a size larger. All right, I have determined that these holes are all a 1/4-inch holes, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a little more aggressive. I'm gonna skip a size up, and I'm gonna go with a full 3/8 hole on each one of these. And I'll put the pulley back on and see how it goes. All right, I've got the shaft repolished and cleaned. I've got my 3/8 holes now on the pulley, and I've filed them all the burrs off. So I'm gonna put this back on, but first I'm gonna put a little anti-seize on it so it don't stick. Because it's easier to polish off the end of the shaft of some surface rust than to try to deal with a rusty pulley. Alright. Where'd I put my key? It's right here. Oops, sorry about that. So I get this on without clutching. Spin it back so I can get to the set screws. First, I'll make sure I've got the right spot. I think that's too far back. Yeah, it's just a hair out. That looks like it's right there. Tighten that pulley back down and off to the transaxle pulley we go. There was not anti-seize. There was some Loctite on these set screws. They're still pretty gummy. So I'm gonna leave them as is. I've not ever had one come back out. I like to put a socket over it in so I can really get it tight and not dig it into my hand. Probably should get me a good set of Allen tools that have the big T handles and all that. These are free. You get them in furniture pieces all the time. Seems to be the right size. And when you strip them out and break them, you don't feel bad. There's that. That one's on. I'm gonna put my little clutch cover back on, and off to the transaxle I go. Well, I'm looking at this Mickey Mouse job I did. Not happy. What in the world's going on here? My previous guide on my 4-inch wrapped around that pulley just fine. I think I will stick with this pulley just for the fact that it's got more surface area and maybe won't slip. I am going to make these holes bigger. I'll probably remove this belt guide on the back side and extend a new one coming off of this piece right here, going up and around. So I'll get to that. I'm gonna see if I have to remove that pulley. I think I can just take the belt off, drill it right here, file it right here, but the guide itself I will redo. And the dog is barking. All right, I got the axle supported with this jack stand because I don't want it falling off on my face. I have removed that awful excuse for a belt guide. I'm getting ready to drill out them holes. The belt has been removed so I don't tear it up. And then I'm gonna extend off of this, coming this way, a new belt guide. So let me get to that, or get it started, and I'll come bring you back. All right, I did some measuring. The holes that are in there are a 7/32 hole. I'm 3/8 will be way too big. I don't have enough meat on the edge. I'm debating between a 5/16 and a 1/4 inch. I'll start with 1/4 inch and see how that looks. And if I got enough room to go with 5/16, I think I'm gonna go up to 5/16, but I think 1/4 inch is gonna be the magic number. I'll get back to you when I'm done. All right, my holes are enlarged to 1/4 inch now. I feel that should be pretty good. The inside groove is clean of burrs. As you can see, I've created a lower belt guide now, or extension off of the angle I had in there to begin with. I've got it currently clamped and ready to take the big guide off. It's a bolt right there and a bolt under the other side. Just 2 bolts, and I'll clean up this union and weld it together. And then I'll start working on probably mounting through that hole there an upper guide for the belt to rest on while clutched. All right, on this guide you can see when the belt is clutched where it's been dragging pretty well. I don't really see I do see some evidence on the belt. It's been dragging pretty good right through there, so putting this on here is not going to be placed on top. So I'm thinking about doing is this little piece I curved. I'll flatten it back out a little bit. We'll weld this to the bottom side, and then I'm gonna put a clean grind across there to where it's going to actually lower a little bit through here. So hopefully that'll save on the belt. I don't think I might be able to make the hole a little bigger so I can drop this down in the back just a hair. Not ideal, but with that bigger 5-inch pulley, I think this has been happening. So I'll do this, get this piece connected, and I'll get back with you. All right, here is the new update to this lower guide. It's the transaxle pulley guide, belt guide. And this is the part that a belt relaxes on when the clutch is pushed in or engaged. So I'm gonna put this back on and we'll start working on the upper guide, but that'll be tomorrow. It's getting a little late. All right, that's a much better guide than what I had. Much happier. So now I need to start working on this. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Have a good night. See you in the morning. I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but this pulley is actually original to this tractor. It's the input pulley for the pump for the hydro that used to be in it. Alright guys, I just couldn't stop. Behind that nylock and that nylock nut, there's a brace that goes, just a piece of angle iron I put in right here, that when the clutch is depressed, it will just land on it instead of sagging. Just a piece of angle iron, something simple, something to help. And it'll also help maybe protect the belt. I'll show you from underneath. Like I mentioned, it's just a simple piece of angle iron. Runs from the back pulley to the sidler, that you still can't see because it's dark. But there you go. where it's laying. When the belt gets relaxed from the clutch, it should just sit on it. I'll give it a go tomorrow and test it out. I think I might be done with some modifications for this week. Okay guys, summarize what I did today. I increased the hole size on the Holy Pulley mod. Hopefully that'll help push more water out than what I had before. This one, it turned out even better than I imagined. Here, let me show you. Not only did I increase the hole sizes, but the increase of the hole size now leaves a gap at the bottom of the belt that as it goes through the V. So it should even help even more expel the water and mud out of those holes. I also increased the hole size in the back pulley, and I made a new guide for the belt. You can't see right there, but anyway, and I also put a piece of angle iron that runs the top side of the belt so it can relax on it when the clutch is pressed. So we'll see how this works out. I'll give it a go tomorrow. I probably won't film that because you've seen me drive around the front yard a gazillion times now. So anyway, I feel pretty successful in my updates today, and sometime I wish I could get it in the mud again in the deep water like I did at Stroud Lake and test it out. But it's been pretty dry for the last few months, and we're expecting rains Friday, but I won't be able to get out to the trail this weekend. Got other plans, unfortunately, but have a good day. I got updates. Back in there, this lower guide wraps around the bottom transaxle pulley. Gonna have to fix it. Where this bolt is here, the belt is rubbing too hard where I showed you earlier in the video. I'm gonna have to drop it, cut that mount point off. I'm gonna increase it and weld it back on. Hopefully that fixes my problem. After adding this brace here, strangely enough, I can no longer power shift. So I'm hoping maybe this will help and that will help get some disengagement, because this is holding the belt up in the pulley because it's too high. So here we go. And this is the grab side too. So I'll get back with you. All right, take two. This time I've allowed it to drop down some now. So I'm gonna put the tire back on, test it out. But now this isn't holding it up in the grab side. The bigger holes I've noticed is making the belt quite a bit grabbier, even dry. So we'll see how this goes.